Hey, what's up everybody? This is day number 2 of the 100 subscriber challenge. Today we have a 3 Tinder icon out of 5 sauce. Different lighting today, very different lighting. Outside is it's also a different time of day. I think I did it later last time. But it's also very different weather, so this video looks a lot more dramatic with the intense lighting. This one is hotter, which makes me very happy because I will be facing not bad flavor, but heat this time. Let's get this ready. And without further ado, video 2 out of 100. Video 2 out of 4. For you, those of you who don't know, who are just coming on, this is my 100 subscriber celebration video. I got some suggestions from fans like you, and I put together 2 of them to create an entertaining video for y'all. To thank you for subscribing. I'll put number 1 in the description. This is number 2. And when number 3 and 4 are out, they will be there. They will be in the description too. These are 100 facts, or 75 because I did 25 in the first video. These specific 25. These are 75 left. And then what I do is, I'm actually gonna have more than, I'm not gonna have the whole thing. This is a teaspoon. This is a tablespoon. I was listening to my video. I was watching it and listening to it, and the noises that I made when I ate out of this were very annoying to me. So if they're annoying to you, I'm sorry. I'm going to fix that by using this instead. I'm not going to fill it all up, but I'm going to do at least a teaspoon in this. This is hotter, so I said that this was more diluted, but it's not, so I'm going to do somewhere in between 1 and 2 teaspoons for each. Yeah, subscriber video, I read a fact and then I take a teaspoon of hot sauce. All right, without further ado, number 1, I've carved wood. Yeah, here is, let me take this off and show it to you. This is something I carved. I put my keys on in my condoms, as you can see. Let me see, come on, white balance, white balance, white balance. There we go. I have that on my wall. It's a hand that I put my keys and pocket stuff in, my wallet, my condom, and my rings that I put on my hands. But the hand I carved. That is one of my favorite things I've made. I'm very, 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 very proud of it. So yes, I have carved wood. And this is the habanero honey mustard, by the way. Also 0 calories, because it's just habanero and honey. Well, I guess there's a little bit of sugar. Why does it say 0 calories per serving and 1 gram of carb per serving? That's confusing. Ooh, that is a little bit spicy. Okay, and this is only video number 2, so. All right. That makes me nervous. Number 94, The Spot of Joe. My former brand's name was not made by me. It was made by Frank Sasso. Frank Sasso is a cool guy who originally he originally animated and led that team who animated and designed Chester the Cheetah and Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy. He's an interesting, inspiring guy. He has not finished high school. I think he went back and got his GED. And yeah, he's an intense guy. He's a very man's man. He lives in Trenton, New Jersey, or at least did when I met him. He might have moved in the past couple of years. Interesting dude. Very polarizing and in personality, in person, and a cool dude to talk to, very inspiring. So I met him at a talk, and he's like, hey, does anyone need to, does anyone know how to 3D print something? Because I have this pitch to do, because he had some a series that he was pitching to Netflix, and he's like, I need a figurine to show them, and so I hop in and I work with him to get this 3D thing made, and he was like, I'll give you materials, and I'll also pay you in brand. Like, I'll give you 3 brands that I designed. And 2 of the brands he designed were actually called The Spot. Well, he only did 2 in the end. Busy guy. But he ended up doing 2 versions of the Spot of Joe. Actually, it was a Spot of Joe, but I changed it. I have like an old video about that. But yeah, it was designed by him. I designed the logo, though. Sort of. He drew the caricature, and I completely revamped it. The caricature he drew was not colored in, and there were the lettering was very different. So it was a collaboration, I guess you could say, the logo. Okay. Number 3. I visited France when I was 15. And ate creme brulee at every restaurant that had it. Some of them were better than others. Most restaurants had it. Number 4. I dyed my hair several colors in high school. Yeah, I'm going to write a note. High school hair photo. So that right now, I'm going to put up that high school hair photo. It was intense, man. I was a little bit of a weirdo in high school. I don't remember if I took 4. Honestly, I think I took 4, but just in case. Also because I'm a little bit of a masochist. I like this. See, this tastes good. It burns pretty bad, but it tastes good. I'm so nervous about how those are going to burn. I went on one cruise to Bermuda when I was 10. I did. That was with my grandma and my brother, and I was a brat. But I loved it very much. It was very fun. And in Bermuda, there's this place that has they sell rum cake and do starting to hiccup. They sell rum cake and do glass blowing in the same place, and it's really cool. My body's starting to revolt. Mutiny! Okay, I just spit all over my table. Oh yeah, my body's starting to revolt. I was the president of a Rutgers programming club. I was president of a club called Just Euler, where we did Project Euler.net problems. We solved them in Python. And then later it evolved into a coding interview prep club, which it's funny because they're completely different things, but somehow one of the guys on my e-board had that suggestion. It was a great suggestion, so we all went with it. And we didn't change the name of the club until after I was president. The next semester, with the next president, they changed it. But yeah, I was the first president. The guy who founded it was like, I just want to found it, and then somebody else take over, and he like begged me. It was really crazy because two people begged me to be presidents of clubs, and I accepted both of them. And the other club I was president of is a fact in here, so I won't say what that is until that comes up. But yeah, they both begged me to be president. They're like, I'm leaving. I want you to be president. I'm like, why me? And they're like, because you're like really, apparently I just had really good leadership qualities. Ooh, spicy. Hot. Ooh, With these, I'll probably have to have a glass of milk. Water's good for not super hot things, but milk is good for hotter things, or half and half. I lived in Hershey, Pennsylvania for the first 7 years of my life. Whew. And I moved to California. My dad worked for Hershey. They were moving his job to Florida, and my dad and mom visited Florida, didn't like it, so got a new job at Foster Farms in California. And then he worked for Jelly Belly later. That was fun. In Fairfield. Ooh. Hot. Oh my goodness. All right. I tried 5-finger minimalistic shoes for a long time, and I love them. I regret not easing into them because it puts a lot of strain on your arch because they don't have very good foot support, except for one of them I had, V-Trek, Vibram V-Treks. It also put a lot of strain on the joints in my toe because there's more flexion in the toes. So I wish I'd worked up to them because my feet, I think they got damaged a little bit. They hurt a little bit too much. And if I'd eased into them, they probably would hurt less. So yeah, I regret that. But they're really good and they're really comfortable and I love them and I will be getting more pairs in my life. The only issue I have with them is they tend to last for a year and then start ripping because they're made of cloth. The top part's made of cloth. I have had 3 pairs that after a year ripped, each one. So it seems to be a consistent thing with the amount that I run and the way that I run and etc. It just rips after a year or so. It's just pretty durable. I mean, for $100 for a year of good shoes, that's still doable. 73. I stayed a week in New Orleans before. Before means, in this case specifically, August of 2016. I went on a road trip. Other places in the road trip are in there here, so I won't say it, but I went on a road trip from New Jersey around and then back, a 3,000-mile loop. And one of the places I stopped in was New Orleans. I stopped in, coincidentally, the same exact week as Midsummer Mardi Gras, which is on, I think, Oak Street. It starts on Oak Street. Completely different part of town. It's not throughout the town. It's just a specific area where it's like a mini Mardi Gras. But mini Mardi Gras still means pretty big. I don't remember if I took a thing, so I'm going to take one. If I doubt it, I'm going to take one. And if I don't take 25, please shout me out in the comments, guys, because, you know, I want accountability. If you guys have any comments of other videos you want me to do like this, because the next celebration video I'm doing is at 250 subscribers. If I do 250 or something, it's going to have to be very small things. It can't be like this. But I can do 250 like pull-ups or push-ups, not in the same go, but I can do something like that. 250 pull-ups, 250 push-ups, 250 jumping jacks, 250 things with the steel mace. That would be cool. And then I'll do, I think, probably a 500 and then 1,000 after that. So definitely down for suggestions. And then also if you want me to say a video about anything, then email me. Email's in the description below. Okay. Number 24. I drink tons of water every day. Not literally tons, but tons. I drink a lot of these. I just keep filling this up. I heard the Joe Rogan interview thing about plastic. This is plastic number 4. It's a blender bottle, so it doesn't have phthalates. I don't know if it has other things. I probably should get a metal water bottle, like a hydro flask or whatever. So that's something on my list to get just in case I did not have one of these. But yeah, I drink a lot of water. It's very good. It's super important. Sometimes I find I'm very irritable, and the only reason is because I have not had enough water and I'm dehydrated. All right, we are 2/5 of the way through. I think I'll be able to finish this in one go. Number 51. When I was a kid, I would cook deviled eggs after school. I wanted some amazing, luxurious, bougie snacks. I was very picky as a kid. I wanted nice things, and I still want nice things. I like nice things. So I made deviled eggs. I was hungry. I went home. I boiled eggs. I made deviled eggs. I think I learned how to make deviled eggs in home economics class, which is essentially how to be a housewife. But I love cooking. Like, if I dated a girl who loved cooking, we'd switch off, because I love cooking. If I dated a girl who didn't love cooking, I would happily take over cooking for the whole house. I wouldn't really take over. She would clean, probably. I don't really like cleaning, or we'd share that. But cooking, I would be the cook in the house because I fucking love cooking. And if she loved to cook, we'd switch off or cook together. All right. Number 15. I lived in more than 10 houses before I was 18. Whew. Most of them around California. One of them in Hershey. And then moved to California. My parents divorced. And then they kept moving back and forth between several houses. And so I would bounce around between them like a ping pong. And ping pong ball, or like a pinball. That's better. I would bounce around between them like a pinball in a pinball machine. And I counted at once, and then the group home. And I counted, and I think it was like 15 houses. I don't really want to count now. I forgot some of them too. 72. I once went on a road trip around the U.S. Yeah, I talked about that before. It was right after was that after I dropped out? I think that was when I dropped out. I probably took classes that summer and then dropped out. Yeah, this was right after summer classes. This was in August, mid-August to like late August. It was a 3-week trip, or like early August to late August. It was a 3-week trip. I went from Jersey to North Carolina to Orlando, New Orleans, then Nashville, Cincinnati, Hershey, and then back to Jersey. Big old loop. Ran out of money along the way, so unfortunately I had just stopped in Hershey for a day. And then went back home. It was fun time. Very fun time. Okay. .43. I got an amazing GPA for my associate's degree. 3.5 or something. I don't remember the exact number. It was pretty good, though. I was on the Dean's List for several semesters, and then the Presidential Dean's List for several semesters. Dean's List, I think, was 3.5 and above, and then Presidential Dean's List was 3.8 and above. I graduated with high academic honors. A stark contrast to the fact that I read the other time, yesterday, where I said in high school I had a shit GPA, which was 2 point something, low twos, like 2.1 or 2.2, something like that. Yeah, my GPA in high school was shit, and then I got my shit together in a community college. It was number 15. Cool. Or 3/5 of the way, significantly over halfway, 60%. 44. I lived in Colombia for 2 months on my own. I went to Cali, Medellin, and Bogota. Cali for about a month and a half. Ooh! I actually mentioned it. Somebody commented. Shout out to the guy who commented. I remember you saying that you went to Medellin for Bogota for a few days. In the comments in the last video. Amazing, fucking amazing. You know how amazing it is. I was in the Candelaria district, which was like the tourist place where all the hostels were. I don't know where he stayed, but it was like Susie's Hostel or something. It was like the Sophie's. I think it was like Sophie's Hostel. That was the name of the hostel. It was pretty awesome place, and it was right next to the Museum of Gold, which apparently there are several in Colombia. But yeah, I went to Medellin, and I went to Cali, Colombia for most of the time. Great country, great place, very lively. I look forward to returning there. Real excited for that. Okay, my first TV console was the PS2. Yeah, I really wanted the PS3, but I didn't have the money. I was a kid, and my dad didn't want to buy it for me. That was when it was like $600 for a PS3. So I got a PS2 just to play Dance Dance Revolution. I only had it for a few weeks, and then I think I just got bored of it or something. Or I sold it, or I don't remember what I did. And then a few years later, I got my PlayStation, finally. Now I have an Xbox Series S, aka Microsoft Hot Plate. The first iteration of my YouTube channel was called Chocolate Chip Cookie Joe. I read an article about what to name yourself, your profile on OkCupid, which was the best dating app at the time. And it said, one of the suggestions was name yourself after a dessert. I don't know why. So I named myself Chocolate Chip Cookie Joe on OkCupid. And then that was around the same time where I was starting to write blog posts and it was even before, no, I might have done like 1 or 2 YouTube videos. But yeah, so I put myself up as Chocolate Chip Cookie Joe, and I had like me shaped like a cookie with a bite out of it. It was really funny. Oof. Yeah, so adorable. Number 32. I used to be 225 pounds. Photo of Fat Joe. Okay. Number 19. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm now 160 pounds with a 6-pack. So that's 65 pounds. I put a photo on already. I put notes so that I put a photo on here of me when I was big. And then plus I also put a photo of me in January. My friend took a photo of me at the gym. Yeah, I'm much different. Some people, I show the old photo and they're like, who the fuck is that? It's actually funny. I won the fat loss challenge at my gym. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Like, here's what I used to look like. I was just like sharing my story because I was really grateful. And the owner of the gym was like, oh yeah, like, look at me. This is what I used to look like. And he shows me a photo of an actual sumo wrestler. I'm like, fucking hilarious, dude. I want to make sure this is still recording because, yeah, good. Cool. Okay, and this is still recording. Great. I don't remember if I took one, so I'm going to do an extra one just because. This time for this one, number 53, I speak French. Je parle français, oui. Il y a une fille dans le grade 7 que j'ai aimée, and I wanted to ask her out in French. I said, so there was a girl in 7th grade that I liked, and I wanted to ask her out in French, so I learned French. She said no, but out of all my friends, I was the only one who asked her out, and we all liked her. So that's a win for me. I just remember it was the bell had rung, the first bell. Everyone was out, and I knew where her locker was, so I hung around her locker. And I waited, and then I waited so long that she was still there, and she was the only one that was late, and I was there just like next to her. And she's like, hey, Joe. And I'm like, hey. And she's like, what's up? And I'm like, I said what I said in French. I don't remember exactly how I said it. I asked her out in French, and she's like, sorry, I don't understand. Can you say it in English? Fine. You're really cute, and I like you, and I want to ask you out or something like that. I said something very silly, and she's like, oh, that's sweet. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm like, okay. And then that was it. And then I went to class. But I said it, and I was devastated, but I also got it out. You know, I fucking put it out there. So I'm proud of myself for that. And I almost forgot what it was like to be nervous hitting on girls, because like, now it's just, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. So it's easier. Number 66, I fought with foam weapons for years in Florida. I'm going to put a photo here. Yeah, I was in a Japanese group where we were like a Japanese army. Full on camp outs with huge battles. It was awesome, like line battles. 100 people on each side, 150 people. That was awesome. Awesome. I want to get back into that. There's a group here in Austin. I just haven't been in touch with them. I really should hang out with them again. 23. I can read Hebrew phonetically. I don't know what I'm reading, though. I know a few phrases. I went to Israel. Ifo hashirutim means, where's the bathroom? Yeah. I mean, I'm Jewish. We kind of learned that at an early age. Okay, 3 more. Number 22, I like psychoanalyzing myself. Now, why would I say something like that? Last 2. My mouth is on fire. Number 21, I love Fallout. My best friend in kindergarten played it, and when I visited back, he was playing Fallout 3 at the time. And this was probably like 2009, 2010. And I fell in love with the game. I just was watching him play it. But as you can see, New California Republic, that is from the NCR. It is the NCR. I have other stuff around my house, too lazy to show you, but I have Nuka-Cola bottle caps and my own, what do you call it? Another thing. I'm actually going to bit of Fallout stuff. Yeah, I'm going to put some other stuff on the screen. It's hard to concentrate with my mouth burning like this. Number 34, I won a graphic design contest in high school. There was a contest. Let me get this last one. There was a contest to design a water bottle that would exemplify the benefits of drinking water. And so I put it was like a water bottle, and then I put like dashes here where it said like F, D, C, B, A, and they loved it. So I got $50 and 3 water bottles to give to me and my family. They were awesome. I was so fucking happy about that. So that's the second video. If you like this and want to help me get to 250, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and there'll be more like this. This is video 2 out of 4. This is video 2 out of 4, and I'm also helping people, building a bunch of people who build their own life, build your own custom life, do what you want in life, and have an awesome life. And all that jazz, get to know how to build what you want and how to build it. So, cheers. I'm going to go douse my mouth out with a fire extinguisher, and I'll see you in the next video.